It's game time on 11-12 BISN.
You've got to get points every time you touch the ball.
Live game coverage of your South High Bison athletic programs.
And it goes out of bounds to South.
Expert play-by-play with Steve McDonald.
Jill Saver gets it on right side high.
In-depth color commentary by Alan Cummings.
Huge break for South. We've got East rattled.
And all of the excitement from your South High Bison athletic programs.
He cuts it up, he's in the end zone!
Are you ready?
And this is going to be absolutely humongous.
Here is Stephen Allen live on 11-12 BISN.
Hey, this is Allen, 1112 BISN, coming at you live, Cheyenne South High School, as your Cheyenne South Bison host the Laramie Plainsmen and a 1112 BISN doubleheader. Lady Bison set to tip off approximately 5:30, maybe a little bit, might be right on time, actually. And then the boys team going to kick it off at 7 o'clock against Laramie. Right now, we're going to go ahead and hit into the girls for the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show, as they're going to be hosting the Lady Plainsmen. Lady Plainsmen 0-2 in the 4A East, 5-8 overall. South Lady Bison 0-2 in the 4A East, 6-8 overall. Lady Bison went 1-1 last year against Laramie, winning their first ever 4A East victory in program history over Laramie last year, 59-42. But then they did lose the second game in Laramie in their second matchup. They lost 52-45. In that first matchup, though, last year, the Lady Bison pulled away from Laramie in the second half of that game with a monster performance on the boards, limiting Laramie to a lot of one-shot possessions throughout the second half. In their second matchup in Laramie, the game was close throughout. The Bison trailed 12-6 to start that game. We're only down 19-18 heading into half. Laramie was able to put up that lead up to 4 to about 32-28 going into the fourth, and they were able to hang on in the fourth by hitting key free throws to ice that game away. Both teams, like I said, not faring too well on the road against, well, in my opinion, the hardest road trip of the year, making that trip to Sheridan and Gillette. Lady Bison were only down by 4 points with less than 30 seconds against the number 2 Sheridan Lady Bronx last Friday night. Unable to hit some free throws, then we had an offensive foul right after that series. Sheridan was able to hit their free throws, was able to pull away with that victory. Laramie, on the other hand, didn't fare well in both those games against Gillette and Sheridan. Key news out of last week is we actually lost Anna Sanchez to a concussion in that Gillette game. So that's going to be interesting, as we're having issues with the clock right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at the matchup between the Lady Bison and the Lady Plainsmen. Laramie averaging 39.1 points per game on the season, which is 5th in the 4A East, 9th in the 4A Conference overall. They give up, though, close to 47 points a game, which is also 5th in the 4A East, 9th in the 4A Conference. South averages close to 38 points a game, which is last in the 4A East, 10th in the 4A, and they give up 41.6 points a game, which is 4th in the 4A East, 5th in the 4A Conference overall. So look at that difference there. South Lady Bison averaging close to 38 points a game. They're giving up 41 points a game. So their losses, they're losing. I mean, if you look at the overall picture, on average by 3, but that's actually a little bit different. Both these teams are having trouble scoring points this year. The Lady Bison, when they win, they average 45 points a game and only give up 34 points a game. When the Lady Bison lose, though, they're only averaging 32 points a game while they allow 41 points a game. So even in their losses, when they're not scoring a lot, they're only losing by an average of 9 points a game, which is single digits. Unfortunately, that's still a loss. But as you can see, they're scoring 13 points less per game than what they do when they win. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back here with our interview with Coach Kirkbride that we were able to get with, and we'll be back here on the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mild to wild, Biff fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialist.
When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right?
Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from Number One Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing of each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her at 307-214-7055. Misty Woods and Number One Properties, expertise and friendly service is just a click or a phone call away.
This is number 58, Andrew Eaglewood from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show live on BISN, your Bison network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335 or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you. Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life. Locate. Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN, back here with the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show. We got an exciting game going on right now in the JV boys game. JV boys have fought all the way back to take a 45-43 lead. 14.2 seconds left in this game against Laramie. We're going to go ahead and listen to the interview with Coach Kirkbride here that we got with him before the game, see what he had to say about last week's trip and tonight's game here on 1112 BISN. Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN. I'm joined here with Coach Kirkbride, Lady Bison basketball coach. 4A East opening weekend was last week. How do you gauge your team did?
You know, we did real well. That's tough. Tough trips, a long ways up there. Those are two very good basketball teams that are very well coached, and we really hung right with Sheridan. Played down. We're down 3 under a minute. Got an offensive foul called and couldn't quite finish it out, but played them really well. Right with Gillette through that first quarter, tied at 11, and then they started hitting some shots. But you know, I couldn't ask for more, honestly, playing those two good teams.
And you know Gillette always seems to hit those shots. And unfortunately, speaking of Gillette, though, we lost our starting point guard, Anna Sanchez. What preparations did you put into the game plan this week, knowing that she won't be playing tonight?
You know, Anna does so much for us. It's hard to kind of adjust for when she's not there. But we have 3 other kids handling the ball a little bit. And we'll just kind of see how that goes. If it's working for one of them, we're just going to leave her there. If not, we can rotate in and out a little bit. Defensively is going to be the hardest thing for us without her. She does a lot of talk and a lot of really hard work, and so we didn't do anything too special. Just kind of got those other kids some work at that time and in that position, and we'll see how it goes.
You know, tonight's only the second week of conference, but how important is tonight's game in the overall picture right now?
It's big. Tonight's real big for us. We in Laramie are a lot alike, and so to put us in a situation where we're not in that 6th place game at the end of the year, you've got to beat Laramie, you've got to beat Central, and so this is a big one for us, and we've been talking about it all week. This is kind of our first step towards the state tournament here is doing well tonight, so we'll see.
All right. Good luck tonight, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, that was Coach Kirkbride earlier on 1112 BISN. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back here and look at some stats for the Lady Bison, Lady Plainsmen on the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show with 1112 BISN, your Bison network.
It's game time on 1112 BISN.
You've got to get points every time you touch the ball.
Live game coverage of your South High Bison athletic program.
And it goes out of bounds to South.
Expert play-by-play with Steve McDonald.
Jill Saver gets it on right side high.
In-depth color commentary by Alan Cummings.
Huge break for South. We've got East Rattled.
And all of the excitement from your South High Bison athletic programs.
He cuts it up, he's in the end zone!
Are you ready?
And this is going to be absolutely humongous.
Here is Stephen Allen live on 1112 BISN.
This is number 58, Andrew Eaglewood from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show live on BISN, your Bison network.
When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right? Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from Number One Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing of each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her at 307-214-7055. Misty Woods and Number One Properties, expertise and friendly services just a click or a phone call away.
Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN, back at you live here at Cheyenne South Gymnasium. I told you earlier, right before that commercial break, we had an exciting one here at South Gymnasium. JV boys, South versus Laramie. South was up 45-43. Fouled the Laramie shooter on a three-point attempt. He's got 3 free throws, hits the first, makes it 45-44 South, misses the second, so now he still has a chance to tie it with this third free throw attempt. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Lady Bison action as they'll be tipping it off about 10 minutes at the conclusion of this game, which might be overtime. Looking at the stats, I already talked about what the Lady Plainsmen and Lady Bison give up, 39 to 46.5, 37 to 41.5. Team shooting-wise, Laramie shooting at 34%, South at 29%. Rebounding, Laramie rebounds about 25 balls a game, South at 29. Assist-wise, Laramie dishes the ball out quite a bit. They average about 8 assists a game, to where South's only averaging a little under 3 rebounds a game. As you can hear the crowd just getting into it, and right now it's 45-45 on the clock, and they're going to settle for overtime here on the JV game. So it's going to be a little bit later before the Lady Plainsmen and Lady Bison tip it off. Steals. Lady Plainsmen are averaging a little under 9 steals a game, South at 10 steals a game. Blocks, Laramie's got averaging 2 blocks a game, South a little under 1 a game. And here's where the difference for tonight might be. Laramie's averaging turning the ball over 19 times a game, and their opponents are only averaging turnovers of 18 a game. South right now averaging 16 turnovers a game, and their opponents are only averaging 15 turnovers in those games. Fouls, they're both averaging about 16 fouls each a game, so this could be a free throw fest here tonight for the Lady Plainsmen and Lady Bison. Laramie, like I said, they're a good rebounding team. They're good at passing to their teammates in the baskets as they average those 8 assists per game. What's hurting the Lady Plainsmen, I talked about this towards the end there, they turn the ball over 19 times a game, while their opponents are only turning it over 18 times a game. The Lady Bison are also a very good rebounding team. They're averaging 29 rebounds a game, and out of those 29 rebounds, 12 of those are on the offensive glass. The problem with the Lady Bison, unfortunately, is they're unable to convert those 12 second chance points attempts into points. They're only hitting 29% of their field goal attempts. They're missing a lot of the higher percentage shots. We like to refer to them as bunnies. They get to the basket quite easily, but they either put too much on the shot attempt or they're not getting enough touch off the glass on their shot, and a lot of the shots are front rimming it, or they're bouncing off high off the rim and not even coming close to the rim there. So the strength of the Lady Bison is their defense. They're only giving up 41 points per game. Probably the best defensive team the Lady Bison have put on the courts, and it's because of their length and their speed. You have the Tower of Terrors and Kara Clark and Danny Noble. They both have long arms, which covers the gaps really well. They have speed with Lexi Apodaca, Carly Noble, and Anna Sanchez. So they're able to keep constant pressure on teams. One thing that hurts us, though, Anna Sanchez won't be on the courts tonight. She's recovering from a concussion that she did sustain against Gillette last week. They were down by 3 points, like I said, to Sheridan last week with 30 seconds left in that game. Sheridan was able to hold on to the victories. Looking at the stat comparison, Laramie, their leading scorer is number 12, Savannah Cox, at 10.6 points a game. South is number 22, Danny Noble, who's averaging 11. Rebounds is number 13, Eliza Dickinson. for Laramie. She's averaging about 5.3 rebounds a game. Ours is number 42, Kara Clark, who's averaging just under 7 rebounds a game. Assists, number 12, Savannah Cox, dishing out about 2 assists a game to Alexia Apodaca, a little under 1 a game. Steals, Eliza Dickinson, number 13, 2.1 steals a game. And number 11, Carly Noble's averaging about 2.7 steals a game. Blocks, number 45, Alexis Pickard at 1 block a game, and Lexi Apodaca at 0.4 points a game. Let's go and take a look at the 4A conference rankings by Wild Preps. Right now, number 1 is Cheyenne East, number 2 Sheridan, number 3 Gillette, number 4 Central, and number 5 Natrona West. And now at the Dairy Queen scoreboard, last night we had action with Rock Springs at Green River. We'll get the scores on that. Tonight, we have number 3 Gillette at number 1 Cheyenne East. They'll be tipping off about 5:30. That's going to be a really good game there. Evanston travels at number 4 Natrona, number 2 Sheridan at number 4 Central. I already talked about Laramie being here at South, and then Riverton is going to be at Kelly Walsh. Tomorrow's action, number 2 Sheridan is going to be at number 1 Cheyenne East at 11:30. That's going to be another dandy. And then Evanston's at Kelly Walsh, number 3 Gillette at number 4 Cheyenne Central, and then Riverton at Natrona at 1 o'clock. The top 4 teams in the 4A conference are here in Cheyenne for the girls, and they're all playing against each other. So it's going to be a great weekend of basketball here in the capital city. We're going to take another timeout. We're going to hit to the boys pregame here on 1112 BISN and S&J Signs, your Bison Network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335. Or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you. Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch onto your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you.
Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mild to wild, if it fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialist.
This is number 58, Andrew Eaglewood from the Southside Bison football team, and you are listening to the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show live on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right? Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from Number One Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing of each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her at 307-214-7055. Misty Woods and Number One Properties, expertise and friendly service is just a click or a phone call away. Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335 or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you. Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch onto your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you.
Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN, coming back at you live here, Cheyenne South High Gymnasium. Laramie Plainsmen and the South Bison hooking it up tonight. Lady Bison on the first on the doubleheader. They're going to tip off, I'm going to say about 5:50 because the JV game right now went into overtime. South is leading by 7 with 46 seconds left in this game. So we're going to go ahead and hit the S&J Signs pregame with the boys. Laramie coming in at 8-4 overall, 1-1 in the 4A East Conference. South sitting at 7-6 overall, 0-2 in the 4A East Conference. Tell you what, Laramie is kind of surprising this year. I mean, I guess you could say not really. They got a good head coach in Chuck Kern. Brought back a really good team, especially with Jake Adlin. Last time these two rivals met, though, was in the opening game of the 4A East Regional Tournament last year. South Bison would never give up the lead in that game at all, with still a major Laramie comeback to defeat Laramie in overtime 62-59, thus ending the Plainsman season and sending the Bison to their second consecutive state championship tournament last March. I'm talking last March 2014. Both teams a lot different this year. Laramie less different than South. The one thing that didn't change with Laramie is they have Jake Adlin back. Adlin scored 19 points in last year's regional game, and as a bench player, he tore it up playing the last 22 games of the year last year for Laramie, mainly off the bench. This year, he's a starter, and he's averaging 16.6 points per game to lead the Plainsmen. Adlin is shooting literally a sniper, like 40% of his shots from beyond the arc, and that's opening up the floor for other players like number 33, Tristan Eichbush, who's averaging 10.5 points per game, and he's hitting 56% of his shots. The Bison started the season strong. Had a 7-4 record heading into last weekend's 4A East Conference opener. Had won 4 of their previous games, and actually 5 out of their last 6. Then with the suspension of Richard Blackwell hitting them, the Bison were able to still win 2 of their games without him, but they were lacking that scoring and rebounding when it came against Sheridan and Gillette. Other players have stepped up the pace in the scoring for the team, but the Bison offensive rebounds, I guess you could say their second chance opportunities, have been getting less and less as the games go on without Blackwell on the floor. Junior guard and 3-year varsity player Michael DeBryan is helping pace the Bison right now with 14 points per game. Jefferson is at a little less than 8 points per game, and Nelson is also hitting a little less than 8 points per game and helping taking off that pressure of DeBryan to have to be the only scorer out there. Looking at the two teams, Laramie right now averaging 54.4 points a game, which is second in the 4A East and 5th overall in the 4A, and they're only giving up 47.3 points per game, which is also second in the 4A East, but 3rd in the 4A Conference. South is averaging 54.1 points per game, which is 5th in the 4A East, 7th in the 4A, but they're giving up 54.6 points a game, 5th in the 4A East, 8th in the 4A. The team's scoring average isn't very different. As a matter of fact, heading into last weekend's games, the Bison were actually flip-flopped with Laramie in scoring, as the Bison were scoring a lot more than Laramie was. So what I'm saying here, both of these teams are more than capable of putting up points on the scoreboard. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back here with our interview that we have with Marquez Jefferson here on the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show with 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335 or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you.
Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN, back here live at Cheyenne South High Gymnasium with the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show. South JV team was able to defeat Laramie in overtime, and now both Lady Bison and Lady Plainsmen on the floor to warm up for their game as there's 8.5 minutes left. So we're going to, before their tip-off, we're going to go ahead and push our interview out with Marquez Jefferson that we had earlier today, see what he had to say about last weekend and this week's game coming up here right now on 1112 BISN.
Hey, this is Alan. I'm here with Marquez Jefferson, Varsity Bison Basketball. Marquez, last week we had our opening weekend in the 4A East. Things didn't go our way. What happened last week that you think led to that?
We had a little adversity we had to get through, and clearly, we didn't fight hard enough, and I didn't think last week we had a great week of practice. We need to have a great week of practice every week before we go into a big tournament, big weekend.
Now, in those games, it's not like you guys were completely out of it. You were in the game for at least half the game against Sheridan and almost three full quarters against Gillette. Where do you think the turning point was that led to those losses last weekend?
Definitely the fourth quarter, and they're all close. For some reason, the South Bison has one quarter where we don't show up to play, and we got to fix that. We got to play a full game.
Now, you're playing a very tough Laramie team tonight. What did you guys work on specifically to make sure that you guys come away with your first conference victory tonight?
All week we focus on, solid defense, lockdown defense, and executing the ball on offense. This is the best we've been, but we plan on getting better, and that comes with solid defense and executing on offense and defense.
I've seen you play now for 3 years, and you're obviously right now playing the best year I've seen you play. And in your first year starting, what's the big leap that you noticed starting comparing last year to this year?
Well, as a team, I think we're better as a group. We're more athletic, and this team that we have right here has a good bond and on and off the court. So I think that's a big leap that we have.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My main man Barker and Deontay and my bros.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Marquez. Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN. I'm joined here with Coach Kirkbride, Lady Bison.
Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch onto your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you. Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Borders on the A&E network? Right on. Then head over to American Store.
Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN, coming back at you live. S&J Signs Pre-Game Show. We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off between the Lady Plainsmen and the Lady Bison from Cheyenne South. Let's go ahead and take a little bit more in-depth look at the boys' game, though. When the Bison win, they've been averaging 63 points per game and only giving up 46 points per game. So when they win, they've been blowing out their opponents. And I mean, it hasn't really even looked close. But when they lose, it's flip-flop. They're only scoring 44 points a game, and they're giving up 62 points per game in their losses. So when they lose, they've been blown out. So it really depends on what team shows up. Whenever they do lead, here's the tricky thing real quick. When they lose these games, it's not like they're out of it the whole game. They're in these games pretty much most of the game. It's generally late in the third quarter and the fourth quarter that this team loses the games in their losses. So that's what South needs to clean up. Now, granted, they are missing their best player in Richard Blackwell right now. So it's just a matter of them finding that other player that can step into that role before Blackwell comes back. Looking at both these teams, like I said, Laramie scoring 54.4, South 54.1. Shooting-wise, Laramie's at 46%, South at 40%. Rebounds, 26.5 for Laramie, 25.5 for South. Assist-wise, Laramie's dishing out the ball on 9.3 times a game, South at 8.6. Laramie stealing the ball 9.5 times a game, South at 10 a game. Blocks, there is no reported blocks for Laramie so far this season. That just might be a stat that they're not tracking. but South is about 1.2 blocks a game. Turnover-wise, Laramie really good with the ball. They're only giving up the ball about 14.4 times a game, and their opponents in those games are turning the ball over 14 times a game. South, on the other hand, is turning the ball over 16 times a game, and their opponents are turning the ball over in the games against them 13 times a game. Here's the big difference, and here's where I think South might be in a little bit of trouble tonight. Laramie's only averaging about 9 fouls a game, South 16 and a half. Laramie's a very good shooting team, and a team like that, you don't want to send to the free throw line. They're making 54% of their shots inside the arc, and they aren't as crisp as a team from beyond the arc, but 30% isn't bad for a whole team. But when you have 3 guys shooting over 40% individually from beyond the arc, I guess you want to say make sure those 2 don't get free beyond the arc and let the other guys, you can play off a little bit on those other guys. South hasn't been as sharp shooting as a team since the Blackwell suspension. They're shooting 45% of their shots inside the arc, but they're only hitting 29% of their three-point shots. Marquez has the highest percentage from beyond the arc for the Bison players with 10 shots or more from that range, as he's hitting at a 36% clip. Looking at the active player, I had to call it this one, the active players comparison between Laramie and South. Scoring-wise, Laramie's led by number 2, Jake Adlin. Like I said, we were able to see this kid come out of the blue last year. This year, he's leading the team with 16.6 points. South, number 2, Michael DeBryan at 13.9 points per game. Rebounds, number 33, Tristan Eichbush. Tristan Eichbush listed, let me see here what he has him listed as. He's listed at 6'4", and he's pulling down 5.8 rebounds.
What up, big baby?
Just giving you a hug. I know you need a hug.
Coach DeBryan, number 35, Shane Dillsaber with South at 3.9 points rebounds a game. Assist-wise, number 22, Ty Brown at 1.9 dishes a game. Marquez at 2.4 for South. Steals, number 22, Ty Brown, stealing the ball about 1.7 times a game. That's about, let's just say 2. You can't steal the ball 0.7 times a game. Marquez Jefferson, about 2. He's averaging 2.3. Blocks-wise, once again, I said Laramie, they have none reported. Brandon Nelson leading the Bison with half a block a game. Looking at the 4A conference rankings, Cheyenne East, number 1, number 2, Evanston, number 3, Kelly Walsh, number 4, Sheridan, and number 4, Natrona, number 5, Gillette, number 5, Sheridan. What's weird about that? Gillette's not in the top 5 this year, so right now, and 3 of the top 5 teams are from the West. Steve?
I believe they said this is the first week since they started doing rankings in the state of Wyoming that Gillette has not been in the top 5. That's an amazing stat for me. So, Alan, with a thorough S&J Signs pregame show rundown of the boys' game, now it's time to turn our attention full on to this girls' game that is getting ready to tap off now. And let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Lady Plainsmen from Laramie, led by head coach Kyle Stuckey. They'll come out like this. A guard, 5'5", wearing number 1, only a sophomore, Katie Setright. Another sophomore, 5 feet 6 inches tall, wearing 5, Sarah Titzner. The senior, 5'5", she wears number 12, Savannah Cox. Another sophomore, wearing number 13, she's 5'9", Eliza Dickinson. And finally, the 5'11", post senior, 45, Alexis Pickard. So it'll be Pickard, Dickinson, Cox, Titzner, and Setright. And the notable thing about this starting lineup is the 3 sophomores. 3 sophomores in the starting lineup. We'll look ahead to South here in a moment. Are we not doing the national anthem?
Good question. That's a good question, Steve. I'm not for sure.
So let's just pause for a moment here. Yep, here we go. National anthem, then we'll come back with South's starting lineup. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Now take a look at South starting lineup for tonight. They'll come out like this. At one guard, a 5'6" senior wearing number 4, Taylor Landon. And the other guard will be a sophomore, 5'5", wearing number 11, Carly Noble. The forward wall for South is number 22, Danny Noble. She's 5'11". She's a senior. She's on her way to play Division I basketball at the University of Northern Colorado next year. Lexi Apodaca, she wears number 24. She's a senior, 5'2". And finally, the dominator down low, senior, 5'9", Kara Clark, 42 is her number. And Alan, when would you have thought in the history of South that the South would put a varsity team on the basketball floor that by far out-experiences the other team by probably 3 to 4 total years?
You know, honestly, never.
I mean, Laramie, sophomore, senior, senior. South with the 1 sophomore, and the remaining starting 5 are seniors for South. So
yeah, it's
definitely
weird.
An experience advantage.
It's really weird to see that, and honestly, it's nice. It's really nice to finally see that. Mainly because we've been out experienced for so long, Steve, and to finally say that we have a team that has a little bit more experience than the other team, really great. But here's the thing, though, Steve. One of our main leaders, Anna Sanchez, won't be out there tonight, and so that's we're gonna have to see how South recovers from that.
Officials for tonight's game: Don Brantz will be in the middle. Drew Evans, an official coming over from the University of Wyoming to help out at Carrie Wynn. Laramie dressed in their road maroon uniforms.
You know, one thing I can't say I'm giving the eyeball test, Steve, is Laramie does. I mean, they have a little bit more height than. I mean, we have 2 players. Well, now that they've broken huddle. Now that they've broken the huddle, though, it looks like they're about the same.
Looks like South might have a little bit of a size advantage.
Sorry, still adjusting the levels here. You hear me fine now, Steve?
Yep.
I want to thank all the listeners from Laramie, and of course all of you listeners from Cheyenne, and all of you listeners all around the country, especially Jeremiah Jonkey. Oh wait, he's actually sitting next to us tonight, so he's not listening to us tonight. So there's one of our audience members that are down.
South in the home whites. They'll get it in the jump circle. Danny Noble get up. Wow, Donnie out through both of them. And Laramie take the first possession. And Savannah Cox will get it up top now for Titzner. Cross to Cox. Titzner right side on the wing. Nice high cross-court pass to Savannah Cox. Back to Titzner. Cox, they're just playing catch. And there's a 3-point shot, no good. Taylor gets the rebound, and she's fouled.
One thing I do like, there was a nice little story done with Taylor. She's starting tonight. First time she started, she's improved so much by making sure she comes to all the open gyms during the summertime, and you can tell it's worked out for her.
South going to start under some full court pressure. Now they got 3-on-2 numbers. Carly looking down low, and boy, that's a wasted opportunity there.
Yes, it was.
3-on-2, they had numbers, and they just kind of pulled it back out. Now they'll set a half-court set. Kara Clark will get it to Taylor Landon. Right side on the wing. Lexi, left elbow, 15-footer, good.
Nice shot by Lexi there. I'll tell you what, she starts hitting those consistently. South can do a lot of damage tonight, Steve.
Now Laramie will bring it up, and that is Katie Setright running the point for them. They'll get it to her left wing. She's going to drive, get cut off, get it to Savannah Cox. Thought about a 3. She'll get to the left elbow, and then she'll have to give it off to number 45, Pickard.
Pickard, the leading rebounder for the Lady Plainsmen.
She's a large individual as far as height goes. She matches up well with Danny Noble. Now number 13, that's Eliza Dickinson. She'll get it back out to Titzner. Pickard in the lane. Can't get the 8-footer to go, and boy, no one's boxing out.
Nobody.
Trying to get a rebound. Savannah Cox lays it up and in.
Now, one thing you got to realize is South is playing a 2-3 zone, Steve, and that 2-3 zone, you do have a little bit more of an opportunity to not get some of those defensive rebounds. So
they got to get it across. Here we go. Now Danny has it across. She has it out top with the ball. Taylor Landon with it, looking down low, nowhere to go. She'll get it up top high on the wing to Kara Clark.
Oh, let's see, that was wide open. She was wide open, Steve.
Carly gets down low, and there's going to be a blocking foul called, and I believe they're going to get Pickard. Carly will go to the line. Let's see who the foul's on. 45 it is. So it'd be nice to get her in a little foul trouble early in the game.
Carly Noble shooting 56% from the charity stripe. Let's see if she can get that average, that percentage up a little tonight.
And it will not go up on the first one.
Now, based on averages, though, she should hit this one, right?
Well, yeah.
1 out of 2?
And even if she does, it'll drop her a point. She'll be 55.9.
Want to give a shout-out to Grandma and Grandpa Noble if they're listening or watching the game. What'd I tell you? She would hit the second one.
It was an awful pleasure to see Grandma and Grandpa Noble last weekend when they were in town, so hopefully they're settled back in and watching the game here on a cold Kansas evening. Titchener with the ball out top.
Tell you what, South's 2-3 zone looking really good right now.
There's going to be a steal. Telegraph. Danny Noble on her way to Northern Colorado, and she'll lay it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Taylor Landon. Excuse me, Kara Clark with the rebound. Putback and the foul. And if the foul's on number, who's the foul on?
I didn't see.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Sarah Titchener.
Kara Clark hits it.
Yeah.
6-2
early lead for South on the Dairy Queen scoreboard.
That's a good start. You know, Kara Clark, 41% from the charity stripe. So to see her hit that, that's really good. One thing I did say is South is very good at offensive rebounds, Lady Bison. 29 rebounds a game, and 12 of them are on the offensive glass, Steve.
Titchener with the ball high in the right wing. She goes cross court to, well, now they're a good ball movement. Oh, there's an air ball there by Pickard. Rebound Apodaca. Lexi racing down against number 5. Sarah Titchener, now she'll pull it back out. 4:53 to go, first quarter.
South leading on the Dairy Queen scoreboard 6-2, and it's all thanks to that defense and their patient offense, Steve.
Oh, nice. Danny gets it inside, turn around. Right-hander good from about 8 feet. Danny Noble is on the board.
Well, I tell you what, we get Danny going early. This could be a very long game for Laramie tonight, Steve.
So set right with it out top, left side on a wing to Sierra Titchener, and she will go back out top to Katie Setright. 3, Cox, right side, can't get it to go. Scrumming for the rebound, comes away to Taylor Landon. She's going to go coast to coast, lay right hand, can't get it to go. Rebound that time by Katie Setright, and here come the Lady Plainsmen running down the court.
I tell you what, if she just had a little bit more angle on that shot, that would have been a great, great transition basket there for South.
Liza Dickinson.
Oh, Danny Noble says, not right now.
Post office is closed at this time on a Friday night. Return it to sender.
Return to sender. One thing you will see tonight, Steve, is you will see about 3 different players bring the ball up the floor and set offenses for South.
Turnaround right hand from the baseline, can't get it to go, and there's a silly foul Kara Clark commits. But it is only the first foul for South. And Laramie will bring it up the length of the court, and Ariana Marlin checking in for South. Laramie yet to make any substitutions. Right side to Titchener. Pickard gets it knocked out of her hand.
Oh, it went off her hands. It went off her hands. Yeah, that's what I saw the same thing.
Well, I know, but
I don't know if that's his call, but
that's tough because I mean, if that's what he saw, get it right. But it kind of makes the other official look bad. But she, Carrie Hay said, "Hey, you got red? Okay, cool. Let's go red." Okay, so white ball. Carly gets it out top to Lexi Apodaca.
Here's one thing I'm not liking on this offensive possession for South. They're just kind of standing there. Right before Carly. Look at that
wow,
move. Wow,
nice behind the back. That's an athletic play. Lexi Apodaca, that might be the play of the game there.
I tell you
behind
what.
the back, gets inside the lane, floats the right-hander, and good. It don't get much better than that.
No,
I don't
it does
care
not.
if they're ladies or men playing. There's a shot by Packard. She's pushing. She's over the
Offensive
back,
foul.
and that is 2 first quarter fouls on the dominating force, Alexis Pickard.
But I tell you what, you look at her, Pickard, she's averaging 4.3 rebounds a game. Next one is Dickinson at 5.3. You lose her, I mean, she's one of the major rebounders. Of course, you got Cox as well. I mean,
so McKenna Worden comes in for her.
Grogan and Marlin checked in for South too, Steve.
Yeah, Ariana's been in the game. Did she just come back in? I think Ariana's been in. And Marie Grogan. Carly should have broke the 5 there. They got to move to her and give her a little bit of help, and they'll reset the offense. So
that's a nice timeout by Kirk.
Second timeout, so it gives us a chance to take one, too. You're listening to high school basketball on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Wyoming knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
2:25 to go, first quarter. South with a 10-2 lead and the ball. Lady Bison playing well. Lady Plainsmen not shooting the ball especially well, and that's kind of the story so far. Danny gets the back cut, gets to the hoop, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and so she gets an offensive rebound and a bucket there for Danny Noble.
Persistence pays off, Steve. Of course, it helps that her defender fell to the ground, too.
Savannah Cox gets to the right elbow, and she'll pay the price with a 2-point shot there, 15-footer.
South now leads 12-4 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Well, I'll tell you what, even Sheridan had a hard time scoring against South's defense last Friday night.
So, Lady Bison, much improved. There's a nice cutter. Danny Noble, or Carly Noble. Kara Clark with an offensive rebound. She can't get the putback. Now there's a scrum. That looks like a travel, but Laramie got the timeout first. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here.
I tell you what, Carly had a wide open lane to the basket. She tried to make the layup going underhand. They had this technique. It's called ball to ear. And I'll tell you right now, if she keeps the ball up closer to her head and she goes up for that layup, she makes it. Because it's coming down lower, it was easier to get blocked. Kara Clark was there. She was unable to get that putback. That's what I talked about on the S&J Signs Pre-Game Show was the Lady Bison have no issues getting to the rim. They get to the rim quite often. It's them finishing. It's like they're not getting enough touch on their shots, or they're not putting enough on the shots, or a lot of times they're putting too much on the shots, Steve.
I saw that same technique tried to be used on the Practical Jokers last night. So Laramie will bring the ball in near side. And Katie Lynn Setright. Love that name. Out of a Louis L'Amour book.
Ooh, nice deflection.
And Setright's going to wrangle it in. Now Titzner. Looking cross court. Ooh, somebody got lost on the backside. That was number 2 for Laramie.
Well, I'll tell you what, both Nobles got some deflections in there. Danny deflected that pass, which kind of got Laramie to scrum around, and then Carly deflected and unfortunately went off her hands out of bounds. But they're really getting on these players. Even in the 2-3 zone, they're able to attack the players like they are.
Pushing going on underneath there. Oh, they get it up top. Oh, there's a deflection there, but it's going to be pulled down by Dickinson. Now jumper there off the mark. Boy, Laramie's getting a lot of offensive rebounds tonight. And there's going to be a hold called there on South, only their second foul.
I think it's going to be on Carly. Yeah, you could tell when Carly grabbed her face that it was going to be on her. So, I want to give a shout out to Capital Communications Incorporated, Tri-State Veterinary Clinic, S&J Signs, American Storage and Postal,
So set right with it on the left wing.
Yes, CCDA.
Tries
Nice.
to get it in the lane. It's stolen by Lexi. Now she'll get out ahead on the run. And she'll pull it back. Nice feed there to Carly. She can't get it to go, and that cost Lexi an assist. Had it there.
You got to finish those.
Yeah, you do.
That shot just went
left-hander, but
left hand. You know what? And when you're predominantly right, those are the hardest to make.
so they'll come the other way. Well, the Lady Plainsmen down 12-4 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. They'll try to drive the lane, get cut off by 2 Lady Bison. Good defense there. Now out to Caitlin Setright.
South's defense really good. They're playing the zone really good, Steve.
That's Olivia Dorrell with the ball for Laramie there. She'll get it on the left wing. Titsner gets it down low. Dickinson puts up a left hand, can't get it to go. She's fouled, and we'll go to the line.
20 seconds left in the first quarter. You're up 12-4. It's going to be on Grogan.
Her first, only the 3rd team foul, but 2 shots now for Eliza Dickinson.
Ref right in front of us again. We'll tell you how it goes. Number 13.
First one is no good. Long off the back iron.
These are first free throw attempts this game, Steve?
Yep. And now Savannah Cox checking back in. Danny Noble going to check in for her sister Carly. So South's got Landon, Apodaca, Grogan, Marlin, and Noble. Not a lineup you see on the floor a lot for the Lady Bison. Second free throw's no good, but it goes out of bounds off of Laramie to South.
Dickinson, a 60% free throw shooter for Laramie, missed both of them. Was that Dickinson, number 13?
Yes, it was.
South with a chance to push their lead up to 10 before the end of the quarter, Steve.
17.8 seconds to go. They'll bring it into Danny, and they'll try to trap her. Oh, she turns it over. And left-hander in by Dickinson there. That's not a characteristic turnover for Danny. They got to get to the middle of the floor. 4, 3, 2. Will she get one up? Shoot the ball. Oh, they got to do a better job of knowing where they're at there. So after the first quarter of play, because she could have got a shot off easily.
Yes,
after one quarter, it's South 12, Laramie 6. You're listening to high school girls basketball on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mild to wild, if it fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialist.
What do high school students, student athletes, police, fire, and military personnel all have in common? They often have a need to have patches and other items sewn on the letter jackets, jerseys, sports officials' clothing, and uniforms. That's why you need to see a Stitch and Life here in Cheyenne. They are the high-quality, low-price experts for all your patch attachments, sewing, and embroidery needs. Shannon and her staff specialize in sewing and embroidery and will give you fast, quality service for a low price. So if you've earned that academic or athletic letter in high school, proudly serve as a policeman, fireman, or military member.
Just picked up the letter jacket for the boy today.
Nice. Did you bring it to a Stitch and Life?
We may have to take that sucker over to a Stitch and Life. South will have the ball to start the second quarter.
Hey, when you do, make sure you tell them 1112 BISN sent you, Steve.
Oh, I will.
And they're located right off Pershing next to Dairy Queen, by the way.
Danny Noble with the ball, gets it on the left wing. Nice movement there, Landon. Apodaca. She gets down, 12-footer right-hander, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down. Laramie. Cox, Savannah with it. She's going to try to go coast-to-coast, get cut up on the baseline. Set right for 3, no good. Oh! And here they come toward our broadcast position.
Ooh, they're calling the foul on Laramie. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm speechless.
Olivia Dorrell with the foul. Alexi's going to take it in right in front of us here and get it to Danny Noble. What are you speechless about? You think it's a bad call?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. They was coming toward me, and I was fearing for my life, so I wasn't really paying that much attention.
I mean, honestly, it was a 50-50 type call, Steve, but on that one, I think you should have just let him play it on that one.
3 ball, Landon. No good. And, oh, boy. Now that one, she was behind her, but I don't think there was any body contact.
I didn't see any body contact, but with where he was positioned, it was hard for him to see it, Steve. So.
I mean, it always looks bad when one player is behind the other and they go up and get the ball. That always looks bad.
And you know,
but, I mean, if there's no contact, it's not foul.
There was no contact, but unfortunately he wasn't able to see it. And I know all of our fans are going, what is Alan saying? Why is he sticking up for the ref? Because I'm in a good mood today, Steve. That's why.
There we go. We're going to have a good night then.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well, let's not get carried away. And landing with it is give the steal to Apodaca there, and they'll come the other way.
Second steal of the game for Lexi. I'll tell you what, she's their best defender. She's got quick hands, quick feet.
Now Laramie's setting up in what looks like a 2-3 zone.
Yep. Now this is what I love to see with South's offense.
Lexi, boy, that's a long shot,
Not
man.
a good
If you're
shot,
going to make it, get outside the 3-point line.
I was about to say I was about to say before that shot, their patience on offense.
Proved you wrong there.
Well, I'll tell you what, for those of you who listen to us and know Jeremiah Jonke from Wyoming Tribune Eagle Wild Sports, if you guys have ever seen his Twitter setup, it is absolutely sick. He's got like 6 columns of tweets going on right now. Man, that's intimidating.
He's the intimidator. So Caitlin Serrat has it on the left wing now. She'll get it across to set right out top, right side. Olivia Dorrell. She'll get it on the baseline. Try the fired shot. Oh, boy, yeah, it's up top. Rolling around, makes contact.
Dude, that ball almost rolled the whole length on the top of the backboard.
And they wouldn't have called it till it hit the beam.
Now, one thing I'm noticing that Laramie's doing a little bit different in the second quarter. See, they're attacking the gaps on the zone defense, which is kind of leaving a little bit more openings for Laramie. So.
3-on-1 now. Nice pass there, no look. Gets it to Landon. She'll get the bucket.
And that's her first points of the game.
But give Lexi the assist.
South leading 14-6 now on the Dairy Queen scoreboard.
First 2 points of the second quarter, and we're 2.5 minutes in. There's a wild shot by Laramie. Can't get it to come. What do we have?
Offensive foul.
We have a Laramie foul. Team control.
It's going to be their 6th foul. That's their last foul to give. They called that a number 31.
1-3.
1-3. Eliza Dickinson, number 13. So now Laramie putting the full court. Oh, they're pulling it off.
Yeah, that's crazy. Laramie's been in that full court press most of the game. That's kind of, maybe that's how they figure they have to compete. Ooh, is this a freshman in the game? Lexi Pulley, a 9th grader?
I wonder if that's Pulley's sister from last year for Laramie, the Lady Plainsmen.
Laramie's playing a young team. 3-point ball. Carly can't get it to go. It's going to be hustled down by Olivia Dorrell.
You know, Pulley, the All-State everything for Laramie last year.
No wonder her sister's a freshman player. Big up for the rebounds, Danny. And she's fouled, and she'll go to the line, shoot 1-1, and that is, I believe, the youngster Pulley committing the foul.
Now, I'm not saying she's the sister. I mean, what are the odds?
2 Pulleys in Laramie.
2 Pulleys in Laramie.
Couple of Pulleys.
Danny Noble shooting 51% from the free throw line on the season. Let's see if she can up her average.
Nope. Oh, big up for the rebound, Kara Clark, though. So give South an offensive rebound
I'll
there.
tell you what, Kara Clark has 3 rebounds this game. They're all on the offensive glass, Steve.
And that's impressive.
South
Second
with
chance points.
four offensive rebounds in the game so far.
Oh, that's off the foot of Lady Plainsmen. 5 minutes even to go. First half, 14-6, South with the lead. They'll get it into Danny Noble. Carly, 3-pointer, good.
They call it
it's
2.
only a 2.
Give the assist to Danny.
Now here comes Dorrell. Cross court, set right. Goes across again to Dickinson.
Wide open. Nobody closed down on her, but thankfully she missed.
Looked like she was tippy-toeing her feet to move back past the 3-point line.
But you see what they're doing? They've made the adjustment at the quarter. They're attacking the gaps, and that's leaving these shooters wide open. Now Laramie,
Shoots a 3 there. That won't go. Danny up for a big rebound. Boy, Danny pulling down the boards tonight. So South will have it in their offensive end, up 16-6 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Midway point, second quarter. Lexi gets to the right elbow, and yeah, that's going to be Kara Clark on a foul there, I believe.
For a second. Yeah, she not only went over the back, but she there could have been like 2 or 3 fouls called on that one.
So she's going to have to take a break now, and Ariana Marlin going to check in.
Kara going to take a break with 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 fouls. South still leading by 10, though. 16-6, almost halfway through the second quarter, Steve.
Laramie gets it in the lane to Dickinson. She gets cut off by Noble, and I believe it should be I guess they're going to say it's off of South. It'll stay with Laramie.
It either had to go off Danny or Taylor.
Yeah, and I was straight line.
I'm sorry, Lexi, but
by Drew Evans. Oh, that's a travel.
But that was all ball there. Danny got all ball. They're going to call a foul. They hit her on the side of the head. That's what they're saying. Hey, but you know what? That's only her first foul of the game, Steve. Usually about this point, because she's such an aggressive player, she's hitting about 2 or 3 fouls by now. It's only her first. That's a good sign for South.
Eliza's 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Eliza Dickinson, that is, for Laramie.
Coming into this game, she was shooting 60%.
0 for 3, so that percentage is plummeting. It's in free fall. Open the parachute. Eliza going to look for her second, try to cut this back to single digits if she can make it. Oh, boy, that's a violation. But she made it, so no harm, no foul.
Hey, if you're going to make a mistake, do it full speed. I'll tell you what, she did.
There they go again, 3-on-3. Now Laramie gets back. And Danny comes across and takes it over, and she'll get it to Lexi. Looking for an offensive call from the bench. Now Lexi gets it right side on the wing. Carly. Back to Lexi. Lexi's going to dribble. Left hand.
That's
not a very good pass, and it's stolen away by Laramie. Here comes the freshman Pulley.
Right idea, just it wasn't there.
Boy, she moves well with the ball. Yeah, travel by Cox. But Pulley looks like she can handle the ball.
Yeah, she looks like Pulley's sister. Oh, I can't remember her name offhand. We're just going to assume we're going to take the CCI assumption and say that is her sister.
So gets it into Landon, back to Noble. Carly, that is. Carly crosses over.
Ooh, that was
Cox. Ooh. Ugly ball handling there on that little exchange. Now up top, Danny. She's on the left wing. Gets it up to Marlin. Ariana, right side. Carly goes baseline. 8-footer, good.
5th point of the night for Carly.
Now right side, Laramie, and that's Titzner.
Nice trap there from South.
And the left-hand shot, no good there. For Dickinson. Good position by Landon, and that's a great no call. As Taylor Landon, I don't know, you give her credit for a block there?
Yeah. I did. I'm going to, actually. 7-out chance right now.
And the ball goes off Laramie to Carly. So it'll be inbound baseline underneath their own basket for South. Up 18-7, now 11-point lead. Olivia Dorrell checking back in.
Coach Kirkbride stressed in the pregame show, Steve, that this is a very important game in the 4A East, because right now, if they win this game, it gets them out of the bottom of the 4A East, and that's important.
And so South will go to the line again. That's a Laramie foul. It's a blocking foul. Let's see who gets it.
I think it's going to be Carly.
1, 2.
Carly going to the free throw line. She's 1 for 2 on the night so far. On the season before the game, she was shooting 56%. It's going to be a 1-and-1, Steve. Tell you what, she's only a sophomore, and to see the leaps that she's grown from last year to this year, it's going to be exciting to see where she's at next year and even into her senior year, Steve.
She's still looking for that Noble growth spurt. She misses the first one. She
But I'll tell you
she
what.
might end up being more like Deb than Scott.
It went everywhere but down on that shot. That was a nice looking free throw.
So they'll come the other way with it. Dickinson tries to get laid. That's offensive. Yes, that's a call. That's the right call. That's an offensive foul on Dickinson, and I believe that's her second.
Nice charge there from Danny Noble to take that charge.
That's a great call there. Great position.
Looks like they might be taking
I
Carly.
think we got blood.
Abadaka checking in. She didn't make it all the way to the score table. That's got to drive the scoreboard players in it, the scorekeepers in it crazy, right?
So Carly with a bloody nose, that'll have to bring Lexi off the bench and back into the game.
Makes me wonder what type of laundry detergent the South uses on their clothes, on their uniforms or their towels. Have you ever wondered that?
Tied with OxyClean. It's a school district. They probably have some industrial big box of crap. Did I just say that?
I didn't hear
Danny
anything.
Noble, ball goes off her hands. Be a turnover for South. Laramie ball. How many turnovers for South? They haven't turned the ball over too much.
It's only their third turnover of the game from my statute.
So taking care of the ball is a good thing to do. So here come the Lady Plainsmen. Caitlin Sarai gets the right side to Titzner. Titzner, a lot about a three. Now she's going to get the right elbow. Blocked by Danny. Ooh, that should have been a foul there on Sierra.
Second block of the night for Danny.
So under 2 minutes to go, first half. 18-7 South lead. Big conference game here tonight. South needs to get this one in the win column on the home court here. Now Lexi drives, pops. Short, rebound. Oh, and Maria, that's a jump ball. You bet it is. That's going to be Laramie on the possession. But an offensive rebound, give it to Maria Grogan. South there probably nearing double-digit offensive rebound. Maybe not quite that high, but they've got a few. There's a foul there. Yep. Call it every time.
It's going to be a 1-and-1 now.
It's only Taylor's first. So both teams spreading the fouls out. There's been quite a few fouls. It's 9-7's the foul count, but there's nobody with any more than 2 fouls. Oh, boy, and Dickinson's back to the line. 1 for 4. See if we can give her the 2-circle jinx. And we did.
Danny Noble goes up strong for the rebound, Steve.
So South will bring it the other way, minute 17 to go, and it is Danny Noble with the ball.
It's weird seeing our student section behind us and the Laramie fans over there in our student section across the way from us. One minute left till half, Steve.
Marlin left wing to Apodaca. Gets it down low to Danny and right back out to Lexi. Lexi's got a 5 count on her. Needs to get rid of the ball or stop her dribble or something. Right wing, Lexi. She gets to the right elbow, and then she kicks it to Danny for 3. No good. Look good. And now Laramie's going to bring it down and maybe have opportunity here to take a last one. Let's see what they do or if they go right to work. They're going to go right to work. Dorrell, baseline, Poley. Ooh, boy.
Oh.
That's a swat there.
Oh.
That is a get out of my kitchen with that Kool-Aid. I want you to stain the floor.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was go to jail and do not pass go or collect your $200 kind of block,
that
man.
Was get that check out of here. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Danny going to launch from half court. Oh, just barely missed it. So at the half, an entertaining half of basketball, and South finds themselves with a double-digit lead to score at the half. The South Lady Bison 18 and the Lady Plainsmen from Laramie 7. You're listening to high school basketball
on 1112 BISN,
your Bison Network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Porters on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance, and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335. Or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Hey, I've got a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job for custom graphics? Here's an idea. Check out Custom Illusions and put on those graphics with their hydro dipping process. Go down and see Randy Peterson. And if you got a doubt, hey, he'll let you know. Give him a call, 634-DIP. That's 634-3477, or stop by at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1.
Have a package that you need shipped somewhere? Then visit American Storage at Folsom. Not only will they custom pack your shipment, but they will also ship the package for you using UPS, FedEx, and USPS. But their service doesn't stop there. At American Storage and Postal, you can also rent mailboxes for personal or business use. They also offer other services such as fax, copy, and notary. Give American Storage and Postal a call at 307-635-9335. That's 307-635-9335. Or visit them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them that 1112 BISN sent you. When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right? Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from Number One Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing of each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her at 307-214-7055. Misty Woods, Number One Properties, expertise and friendly services just a click or a phone call away. Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch onto your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you. Tired of paying rent? Tired of living in a house where a landlord tells you what is or what is not allowed in the home? Then visit Misty Woods for Number One Properties at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com and begin your journey to owning your own home. Search through all of the homes that Misty has listed on the website. Then schedule a meeting with Misty and let her get to work for you. Misty will help you find the home that meets your needs. And the best part is, she will walk you through each and every step of your purchase and truly guide you through the entire process until you sign your name on the dotted line. Your path to owning your own home is only a click away at
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the American Storage and Postal Halftime Show on 1112 BISN.
Hey, this is Alan, 1112 BISN, coming back at you live. Cheyenne South High School with the American Storage and Postal Halftime Show. We are at the half, and on the Dairy Queen scoreboard, your Lady Bison lead 18-7 over the visiting Lady Plainsmen from Laramie. Looking at the Laramie stats, we really don't have much to give you. Right now, number 12, Savannah Cox, the leading scorer for the Lady Plainsmen with 4 points. Those 4 points came in the first quarter. Eliza Dickinson, number 13, with 3 points. She got the only point in the second quarter for Laramie, as South held Laramie to 1 point in the second quarter. Unfortunately, they were only able to score 6 themselves, but they do lead 18-7. Right now, looking at South, your leading scorer is number 11, Carly Noble with 5. number 24, and number 24, Lexi Apodaca, and number 22, Danny Noble, with 4 points apiece. And then you got 42, Kara Clark, with 3 points. And number 4, Taylor Landon, starting her first varsity game with 2 points. The Lady Bison, as a team, have 12 rebounds on the night so far, 5 of them offensive rebounds. Defensively, they got 4 blocks, 3 steals, and they've only turned the ball over 4 times themselves so far. I'll tell you what, that's a great first half of ball, and that's one reason why they lead 18-7. Your leading rebounder for the Lady Bison is number 22, Danny Noble. She's sitting with 4 rebounds, 3 blocks on the night. And that's your American Storage and Postal Halftime Show. We'll be back here in about 3 minutes for second half action on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the...
Tired of paying rent? Tired of living in a house where a landlord tells you what is or what is not allowed in the home? Then visit Misty Woods for #1 properties at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com, and begin your journey to owning your own home. Search through all of the homes that Misty has listed on the website. Then schedule a meeting with Misty and let her get to work for you. Misty will help you find the home that meets your needs. And the best part is, she will walk you through each and every step of your purchase and truly guide you through the entire process until you sign your name on the dotted line. Your path to owning your own home is only a click away at mistywoods.com.
What do high school students, student athletes, police, fire, and military personnel all have in common? They often have a need to have patches and other items sewn on the leather jackets, jerseys, sports officials' clothing, and uniforms. That's why you need to see a Stitch and Light here in Cheyenne. They are the high-quality, low-price experts for all your patch attachments, sewing, and embroidery needs. Shannon and her staff specialize in sewing and embroidery and will give you fast, quality service for a low price. So if you've earned that academic or athletic letter in high school, proudly serve as a policeman, fireman, or military member, then call us Stitch and Light at 307-426-5009. Once again, that's 307-426-5009, or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard for all your sewing, tailoring, and embroidery needs. And make sure to tell them 1112 BISN sent you.
Hey, I've got a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job for custom graphics? Here's an idea. Check out Custom Illusions and put on those graphics with their hydro dipping process. Go down and see Randy Peterson. And if you got a doubt, hey, he'll let you know. Give him a call, 634-DIP. That's 634-3477, or stop by at 909 East Fox Farm Road, #1.
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings, because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335. Or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you.
Back here from a rockin' South High Gymnasium, Gino Hernandez has the pep band in tip-top shape here.
Well, I tell you what,
Friday night.
Whoa, I was a little hot there. Well, I tell you what, he does, and that's the loudest I think I've ever heard them in the 4 years that we've done coverage.
Yeah, they're rocking and rolling, man. This is a bona fide 4A high school atmosphere here at Cheyenne South High, and the Lady Bison have a 11-point lead here. So things going well on a home Friday night so far, and South looks like they will have the ball to start the second half.
I tell you what, if I was South, I would put the pedal to the metal here. Patiently put the pedal to the metal. And try to put this game away. You know,
don't look back.
You want to put the doubt in Laramie's mind that when we play them again in Laramie, that they won't even have a chance. You want to put that doubt in their mind that, hey, look what they did to us here tonight. How are we going to fare against them the second time we play them?
So South will start with it. Carly Noble, leading scorer in the ball game with 5 points, gets it over to Lexi Apodaca. Nice pass. She found Danny left block. Then Danny finds Kara on the right block for 2 points. So give Danny an assist, Kara a bucket. And Kara ties the lead in scoring for the game at 5.
Great ball movement there by South.
And there's just a out-of-control shot there by Savannah Cox. And South will come the other way with it. Didn't see who.
Lexi got the rebound on that.
And now she'll have the ball out top. Dickinson on her. Boy, South runs the same play again. They find Kara Clark that time on the left block, but she kicks it back out. Now Danny, baseline, 3. No good. Front rim. Carly with an offensive rebound. Nope. She never had control of it, so we can't give her the offensive board. Other way, block. Cox. And boy, Savannah just throwing stuff up. There's a pass there by Danny. Right-hander. Lexi can't get it go. Oh, Carly was in position for a rebound, and Danny Noble hits the floor in a scrum there.
Well, I'll tell you what, the pace is picked up on both ends of the ball. Out of the court, I mean.
And there's almost an air ball 3 attempt there. So Laramie not taking real good shot selection here.
South leading 20-7. They have not had a field goal, Steve, since the first quarter. Laramie. Talking about Laramie.
And at 1 point in the second quarter. 1 for 3 from the line, and that was their entire.
You got to credit South's defense a lot for that, but some of it's shot selection too. I'll tell you, like that shot we saw on the other end of the floor. I mean, that wasn't even close to the basket, Steve. I don't know. Are they forcing the issue? Got a Coach Robert sighting.
Yeah.
Let me give a shout out to her husband, who's still in the hospital in Denver right now. And don't worry, Mr. Robert, she did say she would be there tomorrow.
So Landon Taylor gets it to Clark outside Lexi. Oh,
that ball was.
Yeah, it was tipped by the much taller Dickinson.
Nice defense there by Laramie to force that.
And Eliza will bring it up. Oh, there's a nice down low to pick her.
And bad defense from South to give up the first field goal attempt since the first quarter.
So 20-9. Now Laramie traps at the half-court line, and Danny gets it to Taylor.
I like how the involvement of passing the ball to me came from when we were younger, clapping the hands.
Yeah.
And now it's players going, woo, woo, woo.
At least the girl players. Ooh, Carly with a 17-footer can't get it to go, and then she's going to commit a foul going after the offensive rebound.
No, I mean, I've seen it on both girls and boys. Like at the college level, you see it all the time now.
Really?
Instead of clapping the hand, unless they're wide open, they'll do the who. It's like owl, you know. Whoo, whoo.
Yeah.
And that was.
I'm opening. 3-point shot there by.
That should be a held ball. That should have been a held ball.
Wow.
Why was that not a held ball?
So Pickard starting to take over things down low. We have a timeout here.
Good timeout by South. Good timeout by South.
60-second timeout. Let's take it with them. You're listening to high school basketball, 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mile to wild, if it fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialist.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Wyoming knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect...
School sports provide the perfect opportunity.
You know, why is it every time
It's got it.
we hit these 1-minute timeouts, 60-second timeouts, We always play the longest commercials we have in queue. We need to talk to our producer about
I know. The production staff needs to have a meeting on the subject. Now, Carly.
And that was a Buck Holmes timeout break. We're not going to let that go, all right?
I love it. No, we're going to be doing that for the state tournament, which we're going to go to this year.
Yes, we are.
These teams
we'll be covering both teams.
Both teams this year.
I'll tell you what, the 4 East and the boys looks really good this year.
Yeah. Carly with the right-hander can't get it to go, and it's off of Kara out of bounds. It'll be Laramie ball. And we're going to have an Ariana Marlin sighting.
Carly right now shooting 2 out of 8 from the field. She came into the game 30% overall. But I'll tell you, you got to like how she's getting to the rim, taking some of those short jumpers, too.
So Caitlin set right now. Oh, stolen by Lexi. Nice steal. She's got the Jordan tongue hanging out. Right hand go, and that's good. Oh, boy, I don't know. You know what she did there, though? Yeah, that's the right call because of the way she brought her knee up.
Yep. I'll tell you what, that's her 3rd turnover of the game. Her first foul, though. She's got 3 steals, Steve.
Yeah, that's the right call, I think.
Check out this stat line. 3 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 turnovers. What happens if you add all those up? You get 9.
Savannah Cox with it. Now Laramie trying to dig into this South lead a little bit. Cox goes baseline.
Nice.
And it's knocked out of bounds by Danny, I believe, so it should stay red.
You know why I say that was nice? Because she was wide open. Danny just got her hand in there at the last minute, Steve. So South's defense starting to show some holes as their lead has been cut down to 9, 20-11 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard.
Inbound there, and Titzner has it for South. Steal. Danny Noble.
She's got to throw that down.
And right hand up and in. Laramie quickly, almost another steal by Danny. Great defensive play, 2 trips down the floor.
Well, I tell you what, man. I stopped tracking how many deflections we had because we've had so many. I mean, that just goes to show you that South's getting their arms up. They're getting out. They're hitting those gaps with their length. Another great, what just happened there with Danny Noble tipping the ball out of bounds. We don't get possession, and there's one right there.
So steal there. Here comes Lexi again. This time she's going to back it out, and Danny's going to pop near an NBA 3. It's off the front rim, no good. Woo-hoo.
She's 0 for 4 from
that was probably about a 21-footer.
Her dad let me know to stop.
He didn't like that, did he? Oh, Coach Noble. Let her have a little fun. And they'll give a steal there. I'd give that one to Ariana Marlin. She's the one that knocked it away. Missed the rebound. Ooh, that's a travel.
Yep.
So turnover, South.
We only had 4 turnovers in the first half. We've already got 3 in the 3rd quarter, Steve. So South still leading by 11, though. 22-11 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. The fans imploring the Bison to get going. Nice
and there's
steal.
a steal by Danny and a foul there by Cox. Did they report that as a foul or no? How come she didn't come out and report it?
I think it was out of bounds. Laramie player had the ball and she was laying out of bounds, Steve. That's my guess. That's the reason why there wasn't a foul called. Full court press.
So we'll erase that. And now Laramie back with that press that they used in the first half. And there's a turnover there. Well, that looked like a travel. But instead it's going to be a foul, I believe, on Lexi. And
that's her 4th turnover.
Said right. Yep.
Lexi picking up her 2nd foul. Sal's going to call a timeout after this free throws.
First one's good.
And there's going to be a timeout south. It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Let's leave it here so Al can tell you about some of our fine 11-12 BISN sponsors.
Well, I'll tell you what, let me go and throw some of our sponsors up here on the screen. For those of you watching at home, got a lot of them to show. We got Tri-State Veterinary Clinic. I want to give a big thanks out to them. Laramie County Community College, the SCCDA, South Cheyenne Community Development Association, former Laramie County Commissioner Buck Holmes, Dairy Queen, Misty Woods from Number One Properties, Mile High Lawn and Tree Care, S&J Signs, Capital Communications, and did I say Benchmark Engineering already?
No, you did not.
Well, you know why? Because that was the Benchmark Engineering timeout of the game.
Say hello to our good buddy, Scott Larson.
We had to throw him as a sponsor. He donated, and I want to give him a special thanks out. Because of the money he donated to the Junior Bison, we were able to keep those nice uniforms they had this year. And so, big shout out him and Mitchell's Barbecue.
She makes both free throws, does Katie Setright, her first 2 points of the game. And back to 9 points is the lead for South. 2:25 to go, third quarter on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. And Danny Noble just throws it over everybody and out of bounds. So South needs to batten down the hatches here, if you will.
I'll tell you what, like I said, we had 4 turnovers the whole first half. We've had 5 this quarter, and there's still 2 minutes left. It's like they're trying too hard, Steve.
3 attempt there, no good. Boy, Laramie fighting for the rebound. South not doing a good job on the boards here. And they finally get a rebound, so South needs to kick it into gear here. They're starting to turn the ball over at a pace that's not going to be healthy for their outcome of the game. Lexi, 12-footer, can't get it to go. She's never shy. And there they'll come the other way.
And another thing that's kind of slowed down for them, Steve, is their offensive rebounds. A lot of these possessions they had in the second half, if they haven't been turning the ball over, they've been one-shot possessions.
There's a board there for Kara Clark.
Her 5th rebound of the night. South's got to slow it down offensively. They got to get back to what they did. They passed the ball around, waited until the good shot was there, then they took it. They've been forcing a lot of things this half, Steve.
Yeah, I think that's the key right there. They got to wait till they get a good shot. Minute 18 and counting. Third quarter, 22-13 South with the lead. And now they're showing that patience. This is an important home conference win. Does South have a conference win?
No, they're 0-2. Both teams are 0-2.
And their history? Did they win one last
year? Oh, yeah. We beat Laramie and Central last year. Matter of fact, our very first ever 4A East victory was against Laramie, 59-42, right here on this floor, Steve.
True.
A year ago this weekend.
Danny, underneath, nice ESPN shot, can't get it to go. And it's rebounded by Laramie. And they'll come the other way, so another empty possession for South there. There's a steal by Danny. Danny's going to take it all the way to the hole. Lay it up and in.
That should have been an and one. She got knocked, and they didn't call it, Steve.
I think the gal took a swipe at it but didn't get it.
And another turnover, Laramie.
Because Danny kind of crossed her over on the way in, so I think the girl swiped at it but didn't. I don't think there was any contact.
Danny with 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks, 4 steals. That's a stat line.
Rethink the 11-12 BIS.
And look at this. Not only am I sitting by the great Jeremiah Jonke, but I got a soft pretzel in front of me now. That was for my wife, though. Thanks, Tina.
So South will bring it the other way. 16 seconds to count. South going to be looking for the last shot here. That's a foul there. Easy to call those ones.
So who got the rebound on the last shot, Steve?
Yeah. I don't think there was a lot.
Oh, I got teased. I thought that pretzel was mine. She just took that pretzel out from right underneath me, man.
8 seconds to go. Kara Clark.
Oh.
Maria Grogan's going to try to get on the score sheet. She can't. Pickard gets the rebound, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, the score on the Dairy Queen scoreboard is South 24, Laramie 13. We'll be back with the conclusion of tonight's first game here on 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Have a package that's going to ship somewhere? When you visit American Storage and Post, not only will they custom pack your shipment, but they will also ship the package for you using UPS, FedEx, and USPS. But their service doesn't stop there. At American Storage and Postal, you can also rent mailboxes for personal or business use. They also offer other services such as fax, copying, and notary. Give American Storage and Postal a call at 307-635-9335. That's 307-635-9335. Or visit them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them that 1112 BISN sent you.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So no held balls in the third period for this game, so that'll give Laramie possession to start the fourth. They're down 24-13.
I'll tell you
Laramie has struggled to score the basketball.
But you know what? South has, too, since that first quarter. We scored 12 points in the first quarter. We've scored 12 points combined in the second and third quarter.
So points are at a premium here, and that does not work to Laramie's advantage as they're down by 9 because they need to score a bunch to get back in there.
That's travel, yeah.
And travel there is Savannah Cox tried the three-pointer, and now Laramie's going to pressure South, and about all they can do to try to scrap back into this game now.
But, you know, and South's defense, I'll tell you what, they've done a really good job on holding Laramie to 13 points in this game.
Oh, there's a turnover there. Pulley, the freshman, right hand up and in. South needs to do a better job taking care of the ball.
This game's not over.
No, it's not.
Dairy Queen scoreboard shows a 24-15. That's the one person you probably don't want to have bringing the ball
How's
across.
that? Not a foul.
Oh,
Carly gets to the right elbow and tickles the twines.
That's her first point since the second quarter.
Yeah, 7th on the night. Danny's the leading scorer in the game with 8. So 15 between the Noble sisters. Now,
Sal's defense looking really sloppy right now. They're playing that 2-3 zone, and there's no rotation at all. They're leaving. When one person comes up on that 2-3 zone, should always be rotation to where no one is open on that side. You know what I mean? There was a girl open right here on this elbow right here. See, right on this corner, wide open, and nobody rotated out. She could have busted that three if she wanted to.
Know what I mean?
No.
Dickinson, ooh, it looked like some contact there, no call. Danny comes down with it, and she's going to be fouled by Laramie, and I believe they're going to get Savannah or Eliza.
You know what that reminds me of? We're the Millers. You know what I'm saying? Scotty P, no regrets.
Oh, yeah.
No regrets.
That was a Facebook moment for you earlier this week.
Not even one letter? Oh.
Ooh, boy, that looks like a foul there. Set right. And now South needs to get it across, and they do. So they'll be able to set it up now, 6:35 and counting. They got an 11-point lead, and they're going to look here to work for a good shot. Down on the right block, nice entry pass. Lexi, turn around right hand, can't get it to go. Rebound, Pulley for Laramie. Lexi Pulley almost went coast to coast. Then she gets it up to set right to the free throw line. Packard, and she can't get it to go. Another rebound for Danny Noble.
Well, that's 8 rebounds on the night for Danny.
To go along with 8 points. She's making a strong case for another player of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what,
nomination.
She's close. She's 2 points and 2 rebounds away from a double-double. So, I mean.
Yeah, feet on the line. 17. Ooh, gave her that. Unbelievable.
Carly Noble says, I'll take that 3.
Puts her into double digits, and we're going to have a timeout here. Let's see what it is. See if we want to keep it here. 60 seconds, so let's take a timeout with them on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings, because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335. Or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you.
American Storage Postal.
Our
Sponsor
halftime
of
show
our
sponsors.
halftime show, you betcha. And now Laramie's going to have the ball. They trail by 14 points, 5:50 to go.
You're asking Laramie, and I'm not trying to bash Laramie, but you're asking them to score 14 points in a quarter when they've only scored 15 in the game. That's a tall task, especially with South's defense playing as well as they're playing right now.
So, yeah, Laramie doesn't have a lot of time. Lexi knocks it out of bounds.
Another deflection from South, and I'll tell you what. South's playing great defense. Lexi with 4 steals, Danny with 4 steals to go along with 3 blocks. So that's a pretty good stat line, wouldn't you say?
Good stat line.
Reminds me of when I used to play basketball.
Long 3 by Cox. Boy, she is not afraid at all to shoot the ball.
South's rebounding is not very good right now.
Boy, you can't use that hand to push people off there. And double dribble.
There's your makeup call, Steve.
There's a turnover.
Now, it's not a foul, but Carly's going to inbound. Hey, there's a junior Bison. Number 27 across the way from us.
Chase MacArthur.
General.
General.
And there's your foul.
Go to the general and save some time. 5, Sarah Titzner with her 3rd. Only, I believe, the 4th or 5th team foul for Laramie. They got 4 up there. And there we go. South trying to break the press. Gets it right side, Carly Noble. She'll go across the line with it. Gets it to Danny. Ooh, 3. That's not a good shot for Maria Grogan.
Not at all.
You got to work for good shots, man. South cannot go down there and take bad shots.
I mean, that's the first 3-point attempt from Grogan all season, Steve.
Yeah. And it didn't even come close. Stay Laramie.
Another deflection from Lexi to cause
Eliza Dickinson's going to check back in the game.
And people wonder why I've been talking about deflections today, because people don't realize even if these deflections don't go towards South's way and they don't get the steal out of it, you're stopping the offensive pace that the other team's trying to.
Exactly. It's good defensive plays. It's good defense is what it is.
But we're on top of our game tonight.
I tell you, it is good defense. Laramie with the ball now, 4:45 to go. Time is of the essence for the Lady Plainsmen. They need to get this thing down. Oh, my goodness. Under double digits to even have a shot here, I think, soon.
Now, there were 3 Lady Bison in the paint there, and the only Laramie player came from outside of the paint to get that rebound.
Boy, South stingy in that zone defense.
Ooh.
Holy cow. She looks like she was tiptoeing through the tulip. She's going to draw the foul on Danny.
It's only her second.
I know, that's an amazing stat in and of itself. I mean, Danny plays physical. She's always a presence down low. So with her only having 2 fouls.
And you know what? Her style of play, in my opinion, is going to work really well at the D1 level. Because she's such a physical player, she's used to that physicality. And, you know, especially when she plays AAU ball. So when she goes to that D1 level next year, if she plays or gets redshirted, that's hard to say. But she's going to be used to that physical type of nature.
But Dickinson only 1 for 6 tonight. She misses the front end there. Usually a 60% shooter. 2 for 7 on that make.
Someone's got to pull up here. There you go, Taylor.
You got to get it across.
Get it across. Give it to her. That's a travel. Timeout.
Another turnover.
Well, I'll tell you what, that timeout saved us because we traveled on that one. South leading 29-16 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. 30-second timeout.
So keep it right here, and Alan's going to tell you a little bit about what we have coming up later tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, the second game of our doubleheader, boys basketball, you let Laramie Plainsmen against your Cheyenne South High Bison. I'll tell you what, Laramie 8-4, 1-1 on the season, upset Gillette last week, and then lost to a very close game to Sheridan. Laramie's pretty good, and they're led by Jake Adlin. You remember Jake Adlin last year as a sophomore, came in here in the 4A East Regional, dropped 19 on us, even though we were able to win that game in overtime. Now he's a starter, and he's gotten even better than what he was last year. Laramie's a very good team, and Sal's boys they've got to figure out where they're going to make up those 18 points they're missing from Blackwell in this game.
So where's the student section going to sit? The students are sitting across.
Now they are, yeah. Laramie kind of scooted over. They were sitting in the section. Maybe they heard me.
4:06 to go, so the student section's starting to build nicely. We might have a raucous crowd.
That's a tip ball, yep.
Yep. As it goes into the backcourt, Danny chases it down. Ooh, that could have been a foul there on Dickinson. No call. That's some travel, you betcha. You cannot roll over with it on the floor. Talk about this all the time. If you're on your belly, you could slide from one end of the floor to the other. Same if you're on your butt or your back, but as soon as you go from butt to back to belly to butt to back, it's a violation. Boy, Dickinson playing really aggressive basketball on Danny Noble. Now set right. Man, it looks like a little bit of a zip type deal going for South here.
Well, you got Coach DeBryan on the team. Makes me wonder if he brought that play over.
Nice feed to Kara. Sorry, Al.
That's exactly zip right there. That's what zip is supposed to do.
Kara with the bucket. 3 there by Cox. Boy, she's just firing up.
Have they got Dickinson? This game?
So. 3 there, set right. That's way no good. And Laramie just tried to shoot themselves back in, but they're not a good perimeter shooting team, and that's not the strength of their game. That's a huge foul by Cox.
Danny collects her 9th rebound on that.
She's actually arguing that call, if you can believe that.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's arguing the call, but looking at her coach.
She was just arguing with Donnie Brandt about someone holding her arm.
So yeah, I bet you
that's gonna be
over and back.
Yep, nothing you can do there. Another turnover, but South now with their biggest lead of the game of 15 points, with under 3 to go in the ball game. We will have probably a 10-minute intermission.
Well, we will have a quick Mile High Lawn and Tree post game as we talk to hopefully the 11-12 BISN player of the game before we get to our intermission. I'll take care of that, so don't worry about it.
Oh, hey, that's all yours, brother.
How's that not a foul?
Contact there. Wow.
It's going to be south ball.
Ooh, that should be a technical foul there. Stop on the whistle. You're going to get teed up.
I'll tell you what. That's what happens, though, when games start getting physical like this.
I tell you what. Yeah,
tempers start to flare.
Yeah, but
Lexi's known for.
I tell you, if I'm that official on that side, I'm calling a technical foul on Lexi there. So that's not smart. Kara Clark gets it in deep. 2-point bucket, and quietly she's got to 9 points here on the night.
9 points, 5 rebounds, and that's a carry. And she's upset about that. I don't know. It was last I checked, you cannot put your hand on the very bottom of the ball and dribble it over.
No.
So okay. Just wanted to make sure.
There's a foul there by 5. Tipsner.
That's their foul to give. So the next one will put South.
Tipsner and Cox with 4 each. So Laramie scrap and give Laramie credit. South with their biggest lead here at 17, but Laramie scrapping away here.
Good inbound defense there.
Now Lexi's going to quickly come the other way, and she'll back it out with Olivia Dorell on her. Oh, she
nice.
Goes right by her. Gets in the lane, right-hander, good. Lexi, nice looking play there.
She's got 6 points on the game. Ooh, what happened?
Got an injury. Boy, Lexi's holding her calf.
I bet you she cramped up. Yep, she's pulling her toes back. She cramped up. And I'll tell you what, that's not surprising with as hard as she played tonight. 6 points, 4 steals, 3 rebounds.
We have a baby sighting in the booth.
There's a baby sighting.
A little Crystal Momoyo Stewart in the booth.
Yep. Where's the other one?
She's around her somewhere.
Shayla's still up there. Yep.
So still checking on the cramp for Lexi. Reset the game for you. 2:01 left in the ball game. It's South 35, Laramie 16. South's biggest lead of the night at 19 right now. The team fouls. Laramie will be in the bonus from here on out. Actually, South will be in the bonus from here on out if Laramie commits another foul. South still has a couple of fouls to give before Laramie goes into the bonus. Laramie with 3 timeouts, South with 1. It'll be Laramie ball right in front of our position here. And they're bringing in, we're now under 2 minutes to go, ball game. And timeout called by Coach Stuckey.
It's going to be a
60
full.
seconds. Let's take one with him. You're listening to High School Basketball 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Wyoming knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back here getting ready to start action. 1:56 left in the game, and it's 35-16 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Your Lady Bison about to move to 1-0 in the 4A East. Laramie 1-2, and Laramie about to drop to 0-3.
No games tomorrow for South. This is kind of their rivalry weekend, if you will, in 4A.
Boy, Karas is battling down there.
Boy, South still with tenacious defense. That's going to be a hell ball.
It's going to be Laramie ball.
And so it'll stay red. 1:39 to go. Now Dickinson drives. Should put up a left hand. Can't get it to go. Kara Clark, I believe, going to be called for the foul there.
You know, if Kara wouldn't have moved with her and just stood there, it wouldn't have been a foul, but she moved her feet with the ball player, which you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But she was so out of control. I didn't think she had any control in that shot, and that ball was going to go over the rim regardless if she got touched or not. So.
First shot's good.
Lexi coming back in the game.
Coach Kirkbride imploring his unit to box out on the rebound.
So, you know, one of the rule changes I liked this year that went into play was the players being able to get in position as soon as the player releases the shot rather than hitting the backboard or rim first.
And she'll hit both of her free throws there.
It's about time they did that, Steve. Just saying.
So, minute 30 to go.
Nice.
And South will get it across the line now. Not much Laramie can do now.
And they're going to run
watch
zip.
this go. Yep. They're just going to try to eat this and salt this victory away. I think Laramie would be kind of silly to be fouling at this point, down 17 points with a minute and a half to go.
And that's going to send Lexi to the foul line.
That's just silly. Who's that? Number 4 is in the game for Laramie.
Lexi's first trip to the free throw line.
Caitlin Cox.
Lexi on the season shooting 57% from the free throw line. I mean, I don't know if she meant to do it.
It shouldn't have called it. It was ticky-tacky.
You know, you're down by 16 with a minute left in the game, 17 with a minute left in the game. I don't know if I start calling fouls, you know.
Yeah, let's get out here and get the boys game going. This one's academic at this point. Misses the front end of the free throw. But Danny will get another offensive rebound, another shot at a putback. Now we're going to go the other way with the foul. But South still got a couple to give.
Danny's got a double-double on the night. She's got
Who did he call? 20?
10 rebounds.
I'm going to say he called Ariana Marlin for that foul. Now here comes Laramie the other way. We're under a minute to go, ball game. Laramie down 17.
That's who it was, Steve.
3, set right. Oh, in and out, no good. Rebound, Pickard. She'll get a putback with a left-hander, and Laramie calls a timeout to set something up to try to get something going.
51 seconds left on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. South leading 35-18. You know, that's only 6 3-pointers, man. And they can win this game.
Coach them up till the end, man. Coach them up till the end. Of course, next weekend's a big weekend for 11-12 BISN. It's the East Central double duel as the girls and boys will play Friday night at East, I believe. Or are they going
Thursday night?
Are they doing Thursday, Friday?
Thursday night at home against East. No, Thursday night at East. Friday home against Central, if I'm right.
Okay, so check 11-12 BISN. You can find it at www.southhighbisonathletics.com. Long name, big sports results. SouthhighBisonAthletics.com.
Spell it like you hear it.
Indoor track team going to the Shadron, Nebraska invite, the Winter Classic. Tomorrow you get track results on 11-12 BISN or on SouthhighBisonAthletics.com as well. So South will bring it in. Up 17, 51.6 to go. Laramie going to do their best to deny.
They're going to check the timeouts. Well, they cleared the foul, but I don't know.
I don't know. It was a media timeout.
Well, you got to get the ball moving forward.
Laramie hounding South, and they will get it into the forecourt now. And, boy, you got to give Laramie credit. They're still hustling and fighting. Even though there's no way they're going to be able to win it, but they're still hustling after the ball and stuff. Just don't need to commit any fouls here. It isn't going to do anybody any good. 25 seconds to count it. Taylor to Maria. She'll get it back out to Lexi. And this one's all but decided here. She got it down low. Ooh, Ariana got stuffed from behind.
Ooh, little words.
Right. No need to get all testy.
Especially when you're up by 15.
Yeah, up by 15. Go the other way. Like the intensity.
And that was our foul to give.
So under 10 to go. So Laramie go down, try to get something up in the air. 3-pointer. Cox, and boy, she still can't get to go. That's going to do it. So game 1 in the books here, and South gets their first conference win. So that'll do it, 35-20. The 11-12 BISN player of the game, Danny Noble. Give her a stat line real quick, Alan.
That's a lot to ask me. She finished with 8 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, 4 steals, Steve.
So she's the player of the game. That's nothing new for her. We're going to see if we can get her on real quick. See if we can get Danny for a quick second here, player of the game.
And here she comes.
Don't keep my headset on sweaty. No, I'm just kidding.
Danny Noble, familiar spot. I mean, last week you got the player, or 2 weeks ago you got the player of the game. Once again, you've earned the 11-12 BISN player of the game. 8 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, 4 steals. What was your mindset? What was the team's mindset coming into this game, knowing Lexi wasn't going to be here?
Anna.
Not Lexi, Anna. Sorry.
It was to get after it and go, because if we don't win this game, then we'll have to work extra hard during the season to try to get those top spots in our placing, and we really wanted it.
But I tell you what, your guys' defense was on point tonight. Gave up 1 point in the second quarter. What did Coach Kirkbride tell you guys at half to keep that intensity going into the second half?
He said, just don't let them score. Stay on them. Don't let them get the ball one shot.
Crosstown rivalry. That's easy for me to say, huh? How does it feel finally getting that 4 East victory this year, knowing you'll be playing Central and East next week?
It feels great because now we don't have like a load on our back, and we can just focus on those two.
That's Danny Noble, 11-12 BISN player of the game. Good job.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. We're going to take a quick time out. Be back here in about 11 minutes for boys action on the next video feed, 11-12 BISN, your Bison Network.